Yep, I'm muted. All
There
right.
we go. Yeah, I thought so. All right. Yeah, I have you muted on mine, so it's not like anyone can hear you. But I'm ready.
All right. They can
Ready?
hear me now.
Let's go.
Hello, how
Let's
you
go.
guys doing today? Welcome. Hold on just 1 second. What am I doing here?
Whoops.
Wrong scene.
I did the exact same thing. I did the exact same thing, Ken. Wrong scene. What is up, everyone? I did
How are
the
y'all?
exact same thing.
How are y'all doing today? I hope everyone is doing well today. Welcome to episode 16 of the Hot
Wow.
Hot Takes podcast. I am your favorite friendly neighborhood beard bro who is so happy that Halloween is over. And I am joined
Yeah.
once again by the beautiful, illustrious, smart, and laid back Kelsey Fearless. How are you
Hello,
today,
Ken.
Kelsey?
How are you? Oh, I'm doing pretty well. Got some food in the crock pot. It's man, it was frosty this morning. It was -4 when I woke up. It
Yeah,
was -4 degrees.
it was 64 degrees down here. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Oh, yeah, a little fresh air, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
That's
I
not bad
love it.
though.
It's better than sweating. I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Other than like I said, everybody and their mother having Halloween parties. We had I just want to
Yeah.
real quick give a shout out to people in downtown Orlando because Halloween we had a Halloween we had a 17-year-old kid decide that he was gonna shoot up a party down there.
No.
So
Oh, God, fucking kids.
yeah, he killed
Fucking kids.
two
Right.
people and injured six.
Oh,
So
God.
shout out to
Oh,
those people who are affected by that. Other than that,
man, yeah, prayers to the family though. Holy shit.
yeah, I mean they need to throw his ass in jail, man. And ain't no
Oh,
coming back
that's what
from
I'm
that.
saying.
Other
Absolutely.
other than that, I'm coasting through. Just trying to
That's good.
keep things moving along. My mother will be here in 2 weeks for her birthday. I can't wait to see her.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Does she live far away? Is she far from you?
She lives in Indianapolis, so it's I mean it's a long distance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope she has safe travels. Are you guys doing anything? Or are you just hanging out?
Yeah, we're gonna get the whole family together. My dad is gonna be there.
Oh,
My little brother's
that's
come.
awesome.
My little brother's coming out, so she'll have all three
I
of her
believe you
sons.
mentioned that. I think you mentioned that. Oh, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. She'll love that. She'll love
Yeah,
that. Let me know how that goes. Let me know how that goes.
that's gonna be fun. Anyways, though,
Yeah.
we got a big show
Anyway,
for y'all today, and we got a little bonus at the end of this show that I
we
hope you
do.
guys like. So we're gonna be running down, of course, video game news first, and then at the end of the show, Kelsey and I are gonna be interviewing each other, asking questions about,
Yes.
so that the
Little Q and
audience,
A.
yeah, a little Q&A. And if you guys have any questions to type in chat at that time, we will get to them and we will answer them for y'all. Anyways, though, let's get on with it. There's some more
Let's
updates on
begin.
the SAG-AFTRA thing, the voice actor strike. It looks like they got a major win. It says that they are at the negotiating table with major gaming studios. It says last week the actors union announced talks would resume with AAA developers like EA, Take-Two, and other heavy hitters. And it said that SAG-AFTRA revealed over 120 games from 49 developers are signed to its tiered contract for interim agreements, which is good, which means that they're
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
these companies have signed on to basically not use AI to replicate their voices. And if they do,
Yeah. You know what I was actually. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish
I'm
your
sorry,
sentence. Sorry.
and if they do, they got to pay them.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually was reading today. I forget which Azaria. I can't remember. I can't remember which actor from The Simpsons. Reading today is like it pretty much says, yeah, like if one of the are like one of us die, like they'll probably replace us with AI.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like
think
that's actually like a concern, which would you could do it perfectly. You could do it perfectly with The Simpsons. You have 30 fucking years to train AI on. Like no one would know.
I think that that should lie with the family if they decide that they want to keep
Yeah,
have.
that really should. That's such a good idea. It really should. It really should, right?
Yeah, because
Because
I think that,
Jesus.
or you could put it in your will that you don't want anything like that to happen. So I mean,
Yeah, but do you
this
also want to like do you want to have your bereaved and your loved ones having to fight for that in court though after?
no.
Like yeah, that's the other thing that I just thought of. Like, do you really want to have like your family have to fight that in court though? Like it's good. Like if it goes through for video games, then it's absolutely going to go through for other forms of digital media, which is just fine. Like, it's just fine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr. Robert Downey Jr. He said point blank that he is going to sue anybody that tries to use his likeness or his voice in AI. So
Yeah.
he's pulling out the Nintendo playbook there.
Yeah, but, like, I would, right? Like, there's just so much that can go wrong with that. And especially when you're a celebrity, like someone using your likeness for a malicious purpose, like that's already used. People already do that. People already do that for scams, right? Like, and people do use AI for those kind of scams already. It's just, man, it's so messy. It's good that AI is starting to get, like being put into legislature, but yeah,
You got to crawl
it's
before you
good.
walk.
It's good.
And the thing is, like,
Yeah,
I wish people would take the route that Prince took. Prince owned all of his music. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, if I was a voice actor and I was making money, I would buy all the rights to my own stuff. That way I can do whatever the hell I
yeah,
want with it.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Or else, yeah, you really want to do that. Or, I mean, you can also, the other thing that I know a lot of people do is like they'll sell their whole collection, but like they'll sell it to like a collector, like a very serious collector. And like you can sell like you can man, I was reading about this once. Like you can sell your music collection like when you're like 30, all right? And in I think like 10 years or something, like you'll have millions.
Yeah, but
Just off just
d-
off yeah, the
depending on if
residuals
this
from it.
depending on if they pass this thing, because the whole digital, like this whole digital distribution law that they're trying to pass, in the video game world. And I'll have to send you that article, but
Like the DRM.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to make it so that you can't preserve games in your collection. You can't sell them,
Yeah.
and you can't
Yeah,
and you
that's been a thing for
yeah, and you can't share them.
fuck,
You
man.
can't share them with any like anything like what you was just saying. So I would like to talk about that in the next show, because that can affect a lot of video
Yeah.
game collectors.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, we definitely can. It's good that it's getting on though. I'm glad that this is going somewhere now. It
Yeah,
went actually pretty fast.
yeah. I mean, they've been on strike for a while, and then they got off, and then
Mhm.
they went back on. And I just hope that this has a snowball effect, because I think that a lot of people in the video game, like if you're a voice actor, it's bad enough they don't get paid that much anyways.
No, they get paid crumbs.
You know,
Crumbs.
and I hope that this goes off and into the anime world, and as well too in the cartoon world, because they need this stuff too.
Oh, they all do. They creatives don't get paid shit.
No, they
Like being
don't.
a creative doesn't get paid shit.
I mean, unless you have a really popular cartoon or anime, you're not really getting paid that much, and you get paid, paid by, like if you're in an episode, like using Sean Shemo as an example, who plays, the English voice actor for Son Goku. If he's not in an
Yeah.
episode, he doesn't get paid. And since we have
Nope.
we have Dragon Ball Daima out there now, since Goku and everybody's a little kid again, he's only in the beginning and then the end. So
Yeah, I guess Disney is really bad for that too. No surprise. I can't remember the exact ways that they can't remember the exact way they have the contract. Like, well, actually, in all like show business and stuff, usually what they do is you're contracted to work only for like X amount of time, and then once law sets in, like you have to start getting like benefits, you get paid residuals, like there's just so much more they have to pay you out. So they make you work up until like the very end, and then they'll just like fire you.
yeah,
And they do that for Disney. If it's not making enough money, like they'll just wait, and yeah, just shit like that is kind of crazy.
that's dirty to do
Yeah.
that. That's dirty to
Anyhow,
do that to
yeah.
somebody, man. I don't like that at all. They
Yeah.
try to get out of that stuff. Yeah, people get screwed over in that world, man. Like the music world, the movie world,
Crazy.
they got you.
Oh, absolutely.
They
Oh,
own you.
absolutely.
They
They
own you.
do. They
It,
do.
it's just
They
like,
do.
it's real quick, just like in the world of wrestling. Once you sign that contract, man, they own everything you do. You can't do any outside work if they don't allow you
Yeah.
at any time.
Yeah.
A lot of these contracts have an out clause. So if they decide that they don't want to keep you, they can fire you.
Yep. Yep. At will.
So that's
At will contract is wild.
so it's like it's not a guaranteed thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And the pressure there, and that's the other thing, is the pressure's there to perform, because the minute that you start bringing in crowds and money, they're like, boop, see ya.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
So that pressure's there too. Like you're performing for your puppet master.
yeah. And
Like,
if you get hurt, like let's say I was a pro wrestler and I tore my ACL, and that takes you out for 9 months, they can tack that time onto the end of your contract to keep you from going anywhere.
oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Because you violated the contract, right? That you didn't serve the full time.
Yep. So
That's scummy
gotta
loopholes.
read the fine print. Anyways, though, now it's time.
Anyway.
It's time for the Microsoft hour because more bad news.
Yeah, Microsoft Hour.
Oh my God! I swear, like when we hear something good about them, I'm probably gonna throw a party because it's just nothing but
Right.
bad news over and over and over again. And I just thought that
Right.
this one is typical Microsoft. It says Microsoft Gaming laid off over 2,500 workers this year, but still found enough spare change to give its CEO a $79 million bonus.
Nice. Could buy a lot of yachts with that.
Well, first, I didn't even think they had that kind of money anyways.
Well, yeah.
With all the L's that they've been
sure,
taking.
billions. Billions.
It says that Microsoft laid off 2,500 people working in its gaming division this year, but the $1 trillion company still scrounges together enough spare change under the couch. That's funny. To give the CEO an even bigger bonus.
They scraped it up. They got it though.
Yeah, it says Microsoft revealed that the CEO Satya Nadella, I guess that's how you say it. Satya Nadella.
Satya Nadella.
Yeah, something
Maybe?
like that. Sounds like Nutella to me.
Nutella.
Yeah, it says total compensation for the year 2024 fiscal year it amounted to $79.1 million. Most of its money comes
Ooh,
most of its money comes from performance-based stock awards. However,
I figured.
the executive's base salary stayed the same, sitting at $2.5 million, and his cash bonus is a still whopping $5.2 million.
Jesus, I was gonna say I didn't think that was full cash, but like that's still wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, now,
I
you know,
didn't think it was full liquid assets, but still.
yeah, I mean the funny thing, not funny, but I mean that's why you're seeing all of these divisions being shut down.
Oh yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's just
Exactly. They gotta trim the fat.
yeah, and it's like it's not about putting people in other spots. They wanna save up money.
Yep.
You know, we want more
Yep.
money in our
Exactly.
pockets. You know, that yacht is not gonna wash itself,
That's
folks.
that's capitalism. You gotta keep making sure the numbers go up.
Yeah,
Right. So
that's how it works in the security world. Like I've been doing security for a while, and
everywhere.
the way that they do it is they bid on these contracts, and then the office takes their percentage. Like their job is to make sure that they pay us as little as possible, so they get bonuses at the end of the year. Which means
Yep.
they don't want to give overtime, they don't want to give raises and stuff. And I'm just like, yep, you know,
Yep.
corporate
It's
America.
like when people it's like when people say, "Oh, like stealing from like big business doesn't hurt anyone. It only hurts the big business." And like I'm like, "Nope. I've worked in retail for so long that I can tell you that every time something gets stolen, that gets taken off the bonus. That gets taken off the employee bonus. I
And
have worked in enough stores to see that like they do rate it how much shrink, right, like how much is stolen and gone missing or whatever. Yeah, and then they tied that to your bonus.
yep. And
So stealing from even big businesses still hurts the workers.
and then they get on LP, which is what I used to be, loss prevention. And I was just like, you
Yeah,
know, the hell with this shit, man.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will never go back to retail.
I'll never do LP ever again. I hated it. I hated that
Yeah,
crap, man. People be stealing stuff. I
yeah,
How you gonna steal stuff at a dollar store, man? Like, come on.
yeah, exactly, like it's just yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
while we're still on the subject of Microsoft, as if it's not funny enough as it is, Microsoft is focused more on getting their games on their competitors' consoles instead of actually focusing on their own shit. It says
Oh, it's here it comes. I didn't know this. This is crazy.
Yeah, it says Microsoft confirms
Let's read
plans to
this.
release more Xbox games on the PlayStation and Nintendo. The same person that I just mentioned. Now, how do you pronounce that name? Satya? Nutella or whatever the heck?
Satya. All right, yeah, Nutella. We'll say Nutella.
Yeah, we'll say Nutella. That's just how I pronounce it. It says that they already got Minecraft out for it, and it says that since they acquired Activision Blizzard, that they're going to be focusing more on getting more Xbox games on the Nintendo Switch and on the PS5. And
I'm telling you, they're getting rid of the Xbox.
this is a statement. We are bringing great games. That's debatable. We are bringing great games to more people on more devices with our acquisition of Activision Blizzard King, haha, which closed October 2023. We added hundreds of millions of players to our ecosystem, and we now have 20 franchises that generate over 1 billion in lifetime revenue. Candy Crush, boo. Diablo,
Boo. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot I totally forgot about all the microtransactions.
yeah, Candy Crush, Diablo, Halo, Warcraft, and Elder Scrolls and Gears of War. And with Xbox Cloud Gaming, We continue to innovate to offer players more
Yeah.
ways to experience the games they love. This comes straight from them.
Nvidia did this.
And it says, and
Nvidia did this first.
we finally
Sorry.
brought 4 of our fan favorite titles to the Nintendo Switch and the Sony PlayStation for the first time, and we will continue to do that for the foreseeable future. So they're more focused on helping out their competitors than getting their own shit together. This doesn't this sound familiar to you?
They're abandoning the Xbox. Yeah, and okay, so I keep talking about this. Fuck, I really want to buy. I had this whole issue with my Nvidia Shield, but I have the 2015 version. All right, and I don't know if they still have GeForce now, but they had it back in 2015, and this is what I have, and this is why I am so adamant. This is why I'm so adamant that Microsoft is ditching the Xbox, because I've already seen what they're trying to do. Nvidia had it. You could do it for free. Like, you could use it for free, I think, and you could play certain games for up to like 60 minutes or whatever, and then you had to like reconnect or I don't know. Or you could like pay a subscription and you would get access to all these different games to play on your Nvidia Shield. It's just it's an Android box that has an Nvidia GPU and stuff in it, I think. I forget. But what it did was GeForce Now, you just stream the games from their servers to your Nvidia Shield. And you had a selection you could get with a subscription. And it worked like a charm. It's just like, I don't know if it still exists. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have enough. But this is what Xbox is doing. That's what they're doing. 100%.
GeForce is still out there.
Is GeForce Now still out there?
Yeah, because I
do want a new Shield.
I had it when I had my Chromebook. You know, so yes, it's they still got their tiers and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
this sounds like Sega to me, like Sega all over again. Like Sega went from being a competitor to Nintendo to selling to putting their games on Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
And it's like this does not look good at all.
Well.
Like,
no, I already knew that was going to happen, though. I think we all knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I know that I bash on a lot of these companies, but it boils down to this. I'm not the type of guy that likes to have options taken away from me.
Yeah. Me neither. Who does? I want what I paid for.
And it's like, regardless of what people think about Microsoft or Nintendo or, Sony, they all have their own unique things. And it's like, they're like a triangle to this whole video game world. And just without a Xbox, I'm like, come on, man. Like, if they abandon that and all we got is just Sony and Nintendo, that's going to suck.
Feels good to be PC. Like, they'll always develop for PC, though. Like, we'll still always get PC, right?
I hope so. I mean, that's what it's going to boil down to.
Hoping.
PC is always going to be around, but it just sucks to see how far they've fallen. And I think that they're going to be going with the original thing that they did, trying to make the next, if they do a next Xbox console, it's going to be like an all media player, like a variety type thing, like they try to do with the Xbox One. A stream box.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're already starting to get rid of the disk drives. Like, even Sony's doing that.
Yep. Oh yeah, everything is. Everything is.
So we'll just have to see how far this goes. While we're on the subject, while we're on the subject of Sony, and you know what? I honestly forgot that this thing exists, but I forget that they have the PlayStation VR 2. They're not giving that thing any support. Like, they're giving that thing the PS Vita treatment.
Oh, they just kind of forget about it. Like, you bought it, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, the only game that I heard for it was the new Batman game that's coming out. Other than that,
Oh, really? It has like no games. Wow.
nothing, like no support at all, and people have
Well,
paid.
there's like Resident Evil games. That's all I can think of is Resident Evil games, but like that's so niche. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's saying here that, I mean, this thing is sold for like $550, but you can't.
Yeah.
There's really not that much support, not that many games on it that people can play, and it said it's been 2 years, and it's like the
That's
only.
why sorry, go ahead.
They were like, it's like it's embarrassing that more than a year and a half has gone since the launch, and they still haven't seen any games beyond Horizontal Call of the Mountains and Dark
Yeah.
Pictures and Switchback, and games that nobody knows or gives a shit about.
And like the thing is VR, the other part of VR is it's really difficult to adopt because of its price point. Like, I really want to try VR, but I get sick easily. Okay, I get sick very easily. Well, not easily actually, but like it's more like I will get motion sickness. Um
Mm,
but I don't get it often, but when I do, it's severe. Like I almost get migraine, like I'm throwing up, like my eyes burn, like it's really bad. So like I don't want to shell out a whole bunch of money to, find out that I actually purchased a puke machine. Like I can kind of get that too. One, there's no games for it. Two, like who wants to shell out that much if they're not even sure if they'll like VR?
yeah, and plus
Right?
they're not really giving you a
Yeah.
reason to buy it. They're not really giving you anything to
No.
play on it. So a lot of these things collect dust.
Yeah, that too.
And it
That
just
too, yes.
and it's just, I think back, like I said, I think back to the PS Vita, which was one of my favorite handhelds. It was a great console, but
Yeah.
Sony gave up on it. Had it not been for Sony in Japan keeping the Vita alive like they did, it wouldn't have lasted as long as it did. Because over here
Yeah.
they're like the hell with it. Like all the games that
Yeah, they axed it.
we were getting here were imports. So
Yeah.
and it's just sad to see them, and they throw away money on shit like this, man. If you're gonna have that, if I was the owner of Sony and I'm producing this stuff, why not just link both of them together? Like, if I'm gonna come out, video game people are gonna make video games and stuff, make support for both, so that people, if they want to play
Yeah.
VR, then you could have the freaking thing, the visor on your head. If you want to just play the old fashioned way, you have that option. But they make a lot of these
Yeah,
games.
that would be
They make a lot of these games with one or the other.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's like, as much as I love Resident Evil 4, the last thing I want to do is play that shit in first person.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can never tell if I'm going to have motion sickness or not, so I haven't tried it. And there's no real easy way for anyone to just try VR, so like what's the point?
Yeah, unless you go to them kiosks that they used to have. And it's a very
Yeah,
niche,
but
thing, because it's just,
it is insanely.
and it's like, with that type of stuff, like, we're far beyond those days of the virtual boy, far beyond that. So it's like, we have better technology, but I just don't see a market for something like this.
No,
The only
there is, but like you said, it's you say niche, I say niche, but
Yeah,
potato potato. But yeah, it really is. It has its place, but like it's limited already by what it does, and then it's heavily limited by the price. So
yeah, that's true. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's bad. Because you would think that something like this would be a hit for people like, like handicapped people, people who are in wheelchairs and stuff like that. That would be cool, to put that on and to be able to play video games that way, or people who can't
Oh yeah.
use a controller.
And like, or just like accessibility. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
have a purpose, like for accessibility, but like, holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, but
Crazy.
that would require Sony to be smart, which that's a whole nother can of worms. Since we're still on the subject of PlayStation, this is no surprise here that Sony closes Firewalk Studios after shutting down Concord video game.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, what else were they going to do with those guys?
Exactly. Like, no shit. Like, are you kidding me? Like, they knew the hammer was coming down on them after that. You can't tell me that, like, everyone, probably, honestly, like, probably when the beta started, and I forget how many people they had, like, 7,000 or something, like, they were probably all looking for new jobs immediately. Like,
yeah, it's just, and they used the same old BS excuse that they want to use the people to work on bigger projects.
Yeah.
It says, I know none of this is easy news to hear, particularly with colleagues and friends departing. SIE PlayStation CEO of the studio business, Herman Hulst, said in a memo to staff on Tuesday, both decisions were given serious thought, and ultimately we feel they are the right ones to strengthen the organization.
All right.
Yeah, if you want to say that.
Man, like whatever helps you sleep at night, right?
Yeah, what a
like,
way
legitimately whatever helps you sleep.
What a way to rub salt in the wound.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, so this is gonna be like the new failure, like the new goalpost when it comes to video games failing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just, it's saying that they're going to be using the people from the studio to work on bigger projects and bigger games and stuff like that. So hopefully these people won't lose their jobs, but we know how this is. 200 employees.
200 employees, really?
Yep.
So what were the other 200? Like, wait, how many employees was it?
So it said about 200.
200? About 200. What the fuck were the other 195 doing when the others were working on the game? Like, what the fuck was happening?
They were probably
like, what were they doing?
They were probably
Where were they at? Where are they at?
They were probably stuck in them rooms, like in envelopes and stuff.
Right.
But it's just it's mind-boggling to me how much money these companies are throwing away just doing stupid shit like this.
Right. Right. Probably just write it off on taxes. This got written off. There's no way this wasn't a write-off.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get some of that money back.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be written off so hard, but
yeah, but
that's about it.
This is just gonna be funny. Like, I'm saying it today, like, 30 years from now when we're still around here doing this stuff, when people are gonna be using the great Concord video game as the goalpost, as the failure now.
It really is. It absolutely is. It has now become the standard.
Yeah.
So funny.
Now,
so
to a more lighthearted thing, I don't know how this guy's going to end up doing this, but it says YouTuber is trying to play every video game ever made. I don't know how he's going to do that.
He's not going to. I mean, like playing or completing?
No, it says that he's going to play every single video game ever made.
Oh.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. It says YouTuber Chronologically Gaming is aiming to play every video game ever made as part of a massive project for a unique channel. Chronologically Gaming has been slowly progressing through gaming history since late 2022. Mostly playing games released in November 1982. Jesus, I wasn't even alive then.
Wow. Yeah.
It says that
Right.
the creator Jeff Wires, has mentioned some games that will be excluded from the challenge, referencing early childhood games and adult-only games, which means you're not going to be playing every video
Yeah.
game in existence if you exclude games.
Yeah, but honestly, with the early childhood and stuff, think of all the games. What was that one LBJ? I think or whatever. Like, think of all the shovel. It's probably the shovelware, which like I totally that's fine to me. Honestly, like, can you imagine how many educational games that there were in the 90s that you would have to play?
Yeah.
But I mean, like 71 to 1982, like as soon as the advent of PC gaming begins, like I don't think he'll ever be able to do it.
Yeah,
Like that'll take so long.
I mean, because you're taking into account all the computers that we've had, the Apple II computer, the Macintosh, and the Commodore 64, and stuff like that. Then you get
Yeah.
to the consoles. I just don't think that that's going to be possible.
No.
I mean,
No.
do you know how many video games is out there?
There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, see how far he can get is good, but
yeah. I just,
and
I don't know how he's gonna do it. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
But
Good luck, dude. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck to you, brother. Good luck to you. Because, I mean,
Good luck.
I hope I'm going to be watching this stuff like when he gets to the Apple II computer so I can see some Oregon Trail
Yeah.
and some Prince of Persia.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
remember that game Number Munchers or Super Munchers where you play as the frog and you got to eat the words that rhyme?
There's so many games like that.
Man. Yeah, the good old days. Anyways, though, good luck to you, brother.
Yeah.
Now,
good luck.
If you're a Nintendo fan, for all 5 of you that are in here, if you are a fan of the Xenoblade games, you're getting a remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is finally getting released after 10 years for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I've only played a little bit of that. If you like JRPGs, this is right up your alley.
What was that on? Oh God, they'll steal my life.
It was
they'll steal my life, Ken.
I believe it was. What was it on? I think it was on the Nintendo.
Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U. Yeah, it was on.
Okay, well that's actually. Oh man, that's so worth a port. That's so worth a port then.
Yeah, it says that the definitive edition is set to launch March 20th, 2025, and of course it is priced at $60. Which, I think, look, I gotta say this. I think that if you're gonna remaster old ass games, I think they should be no more than $40.
Yeah. Well, it depends on depends on the quality of the remaster though. If it's a remaster bordering on a remake, then I get that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's like, remastering a game and then selling it for more than what the game was worth back then.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty shitty.
That's true. It depends, I guess. Need to see the game. Need to see the product first.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the Xenoblade stuff, it's like Nintendo Japan is very, very tight-fisted when it comes to that series.
Yeah.
Because I remember with the when we had the 3DS and they had the console lock, the region lock, and there were just games that you could not import and play if it's region locked, and Xenoblade was one of those games, and I'm like, damn, why?
Yeah, I remember. I remember region lock. I remember.
And that was a pain. It says we'll see if Donkey Kong Country returns HD in January, so they got that to look forward to. They got Metroid Prime 4, which is coming out.
That's good.
Pokemon Legends Z and A. I don't give a flying crap. But
yeah,
It is what it is. So if you're a Nintendo fan, you're gonna have a lot of things to look forward to. And that is the only positive news I'm gonna give y'all about Nintendo, because
Yeah.
y'all know I can't stand them. Anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of griminess, back to Sony. I should have just gone back to
Back to
with this.
Sony. Yeah, I know. Anyway.
If you guys are a fan of Dino Crisis, which you better be, Dino Crisis is on the PlayStation subscription service, but fans aren't happy because they locked it behind the subscription only, which means you can't buy it separately.
Oh, really? Oh, that's greasy.
Yeah, so you have to pay for the subscription that says it's been released on the PS4 and PS5 this week. And fans have criticized the decision to lock it behind the PlayStation Plus premium subscription with no separate purchase available.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which means you have to pay for their highest tier to be able to play that game, which is bullshit. Because
man, the price of it, like, holy fuck.
And that's bullshit. Like the PlayStation Premium cost $119 over here with us, and then €99 per year. So I mean, given that, I mean, that's not too bad, but it's like, come on, man. Like, why lock it behind a subscription service?
It really is. It really is. Like, I guess maybe they don't think enough people will buy it to justify the price of having it on the store. That's like my only thought. But like, still, what the fuck? Or actually, I'm guessing Capcom's just licensing it to them. Probably, because they'll probably just take it off at some point. That's probably what it is, actually.
Yeah, but
Capcom's probably just licensing it.
Here's my here's my issue though. Like, you just know that this is only the beginning of that.
Yeah.
They're gonna start. They know people want to play these older games, and they're gonna start locking them behind a paywall in order for you to be able to pay it. And one of the things that I laugh when I read this, because I have a lot of respect for Shinji Mikami. I do. But I think that he's toned deaf a lot of times. Like, he can be. He's just out to lunch. Like, this guy keeps saying that he's surprised that people want more Dino Crisis games. I'm like, dude, where have you been the past 15, 20 years?
That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
It's like the awesomeness of dinosaurs and stuff you can do with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
everyone loves dinosaurs.
It's like that stuff has been nailed down by Monster Hunter in recent years. I'm like, get the hell out of here, man.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that. But yeah. So if you want to play Dino Crisis and you want to put money out for it, that's how you can get it. Or you can emulate it, folks, and get it free.
Yeah, exactly.
Huzzah.
Exactly.
So you make your decision. You pick your poison. All right, I want to talk about this Roblox thing, because I think that this is somewhat good news. And I figured
this is good. Well,
I figured.
Yeah, go ahead.
I figured you want to talk about a little bit more about this or what's going on with it. Roblox is changing how preteens access the platform following recent reports of child endangerment. It says new account controls will give parents more insight into what their children play. And it's saying, it says Roblox has announced its way of changing the way that preteens can access that, and blah, blah, blah. I read that already. It says in an email sent from the company this week, it said earlier this year, Bloomberg reported that U.S. police had arrested at least 24 people since 2018 who have abducted and abused victims they met on Roblox.
And that's just the ones who got caught. There's got to be thousands.
And it says Roblox now plans to introduce a new account type that will give parents or guardians full control over what their children can do on the platform.
Yeah, but like that requires that the parents are actually watching what their kids do and actually care what their children are doing.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the fundamental problem. Like it's actually good. Like it's good to have visibility, right? Like you always want visibility for what your children are doing, absolutely, right? But like the children that are like actively being harmed and groomed like this, along like a long there's just like I I don't know. It's I don't know. Like the children that are susceptible to this, like the parents are already so absent in their lives.
That's
Right?
true.
They're not there. Like there's a reason that these children are going online and interacting with these like are interacting with these groups because these like predators look for prey. All predators look for prey. They're looking for the weakest prey. So you have like a little boy or a girl whose parents don't give a fuck what they're doing. They don't care to look. They have no idea what Roblox even is, right? And then these are the kids. So like I am really glad that they do it, but you know, it always comes back to what we say, Ken. Like we're the parents, right? Like I'm glad that they have this. It's good to have that visibility because kids, you know, I was a kid once. Like you want to hide what you're doing from your parents, right? Like you get to that age where you no longer want to be like that connected to your parents, right? So you want to have your own stuff. That's fair, right? But yeah,
Yeah, I mean
I
it,
don't know. That's just predators. Like that's, you know, they're just like they're slime. They're literal slime. Like you can air seal something and they'll just find a way to slime in. Like it's good, but yeah.
well at least
That's my rant. You were right. You were right, Ken.
at least though, like they, you know, at least Roblox is putting something into place, and you're right about the parents. Whether it's just, you know, how society has made it to where both parents have to work, and you know they just gotta they're out there working so that they can keep a roof over your head. So a kid doesn't really have anybody there to watch them and to watch what they're playing, and it's just long gone. All those parents like I had, and like, you know, like you had, where my father was involved in everything we did. He knew everybody on the block. Everybody was friends. Yeah. So if you skip school, he gonna find out. Yeah, I saw Kennedy down there. I saw Kennedy down there by the pool.
Everyone talks, or for the worst for me, like in high school, there would be an automated phone thing that said, your daughter Kelsey has missed periods 3, 4. And then I'd go home and it'd be like, Kelsey, like, did you skip school today? No. Play the message. Kelsey was absent for like shit like that, right? Like just, you know, like just things like that. Like, yeah, your parents knew where you were, and if you were fucking around, like you got disciplined for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, my father was involved in everything. I just want to reply to this one. I'm sorry if I mess up your name, but Verosika. It says, I know because it happened to me on Roblox, and God, I wish my parents watched my account. God, to be honest. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that happened to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to get it all the time when I was a kid too. So I used to play MMOs and shit. Like it's fucking weird. Like it was actually like it's actually like insane. Like back when I used to play too, it was even worse because like the internet was such an unknown. There weren't like it was so easy to just have random people like interact. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's how it is.
We also came up during the time where the internet was like very, very, you know, like it was in its infancy then.
New.
So we didn't have ways to play games online. I mean, unless you count solitaire, but I don't even think you could do that back then. Like you talking about with me.
Yeah, like there were like chat rooms and stuff, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was, we talking about 1992. I was 6 years old. My father watched everything. He wouldn't even let me play like any games like Mortal Kombat or anything like that. He didn't.
Yeah.
He
Like
didn't
all
buy
my
it.
games were bought and vetted. Yeah. Yeah, all my games were bought and vetted by my parents, right? So
Yeah,
at least we had that. Yeah.
because I
But
used to,
it's good.
I used to have the like nightmares about that stuff when I was 6 years old, and I would have them, them horror movies and stuff. And if I watched it, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd go down the hall and knock on my dad's door. Dad, I can't sleep. Can
I
I sleep
I
in
think
here?
the funniest movie that ever gave me nightmares as a kid, and like my parents let me watch it, and like as a kid I was like, why the fuck did you let me watch this? But you're going to know what I'm talking about the exact minute that I say what scared me. Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks is not a horror movie.
Wow.
Like, but it's just like the Burton, I think it was the Burton effects, and just like how they're aliens with the big brains. You know what I mean? That freaked me out, right? And that gave me nightmares as a kid. And I was like, why would you show me this? Rewatched it as an adult, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is it? Like that's where it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading
Yeah.
reading what they said here. Yeah, my parents
Yeah.
were always super busy.
Yeah.
So
I do appreciate that. Yeah. I do ask, I am so sorry, and I'm so sorry to interrupt. I do appreciate that. It does, unfortunately, it does break my rules of my stream to talk this deeply. But I do appreciate what everyone's saying. I'm sorry, it does just break my rules of my stream. Sorry.
my
I'm
apologies.
not trying to deny anyone. I am so sorry. I'm not trying to deny anyone. It's just sometimes other people do get affected and triggered by what I'm talking about. And I don't expect them to speak up for themselves. That's all. Sorry, I just had to enforce a boundary because it is a thing on my stream. Sorry.
Oh, my
Sorry.
apologies.
We can continue. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to deny anyone. Sorry.
Gotcha. I mean, but that was on my half, right? That's my bad.
No, it's okay. No one knew. It's fine. Sorry about that. We can continue.
Oh my God. Hold on a second. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Man, with these guys, man. Anyways, let's move on. We'll get on to
Yeah.
something else. Kuwait bans the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 video game likely over its feature to have Saddam Hussein in the 1990s. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what can you do? It says Dubai, United Arab. It says the tiny mid-caste nation of Kuwait has banned the release of the video game Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which features the late Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein, and it is set in the 1990s Gulf War. Which they kind of
Well, yeah.
they had to kind of expect that was gonna happen. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, all right, but where's Satan? I'm.
Where's Chris? Where's Chris too?
Where's Chris and Satan? Yeah. Yeah.
And they
I
kept,
mean, like that's so funny.
yeah, how they kept
Didn't even know what COD 6 was about. Me neither.
they kept
Have
killing.
we actually?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I just clued in. I just like I totally clued in. We're actually now 1990s. We're making historical games about the 90s now. Like, wait a minute. Like, at first I was like, Saddam Hussein. Like, yeah, but that was so long ago. And then I was like, wait, but how long ago? 90s? Oh, right.
Jeez, it's crazy though, because it's like, man, that they got to get over that. Like, that was so long ago. Like, you're gonna start banning games that have likenesses like that. Like, come on, man. It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, but I get that. It's the same with like China. Like, what is not banned in China? What is not banned in China at this point, right?
They want to try to save. They want to try to save face. They don't want people to know. They don't want people to know about the bad history that that every country has had, because it's not like they're the only ones. But if you are in that part of the world, just know that you can't get your hands on that game. Kind of like Manhunt. Isn't Manhunt still banned in some of these places?
No, yeah, in some places. Usually it's like Australia, Germany. It would probably either be banned or censored in Japan because they don't like heads being cut off. But yeah, Call of Duty 12, the war on terror. Like, that's what it's gonna be. We're going to see it. We are going to live long enough to see the war on terror. Like, right into the 2000s, after 9/11. Like, we're gonna see 9/11. 9/11 just passed, speaking of South Park, 9/11 just passed the rule that after 22.3 years, tragic things become funny. All right. And I noticed that because I started noticing more people were just making like light 9/11 jokes, right? Like, but yeah, I never thought about that. I can't believe we're going to soon see on like 9/11 Call of Duty. It's actually kind of crazy.
It's inevitable. I mean, they're
It
gonna
is.
on all of
Like the war on terror is going to be
specific,
crazy.
on all the specific events, they're gonna have that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they started having like the war in Germany if they didn't already have that. I mean, they already were doing that
Yeah.
stuff, like with Zombie Army Trilogy and stuff, and Return of Castle Wolfenstein, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how many games can you make? How many games can you make on that? You got to move forward.
Yeah, that's true. It is true. It is true. It is true.
And here's something that, speaking of Concord and how quick they closed their stuff up with Sony, Netflix closes their AAA video game studio. I didn't even know they had one.
What did they even make? I was just about to say that. I was like, what do they make?
I didn't even know they had one. I didn't know it existed. But it says despite continued optimism among top management about the potential video games, Netflix is shuttering its AAA game studios in Southern California. Wow. I didn't even know that they, like I said, I keep going back to that.
What?
What the hell did they produce?
Like what?
They didn't even list any. They didn't even list any games or anything. Like,
yeah.
It's like, is that like a vanity project? Is that what just let's open up our own video game company and do nothing.
Yeah, like what games did they make?
They didn't. There's not a list here
Doesn't say.
They didn't do nothing. This big old goose egg, nothing.
Wow, a Netflix rep declined to comment. That is so funny.
Yeah,
that is so funny.
That's funny because it's like, I think that this is a record. This is like the record for how long a gaming studio has been open and closed.
Right?
Without nobody even knowing it exists.
Yeah, like what fucking man, that's crazy.
And
like who?
And it's like AAA games. What AAA games? Like,
yeah. What AAA games?
Oh my god!
Exactly.
I had a good laugh about that. That was funny as hell.
Yeah. We had the exact same thought.
There seems to be a trend here with these video game companies being shut down and divisions being shut down because now we get to our good old friends at Ubisoft.
Yep. You take this away. I'll be right back.
For those of y'all who have played, if you know about the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Ubisoft has decided to close that gaming development team who worked on The Lost Crown. Because it didn't perform too well, and they're also using that excuse that they want the people to work on bigger projects. But I could have sworn that they were getting ready to make a sequel to this game. So what is that gonna do for that? And it's like, at least, I could say this, at least they brought the Prince of Persia back. That that's a game franchise that I've been starving for years. Because I mean, before that, you got to go all the way back to, I think it was what was it? Not Sands of Time, Forgotten Sands. That was the last Prince of Persia that we got, and that was on the PS3. And it's like I'm gonna say this, before I read the thing here. It's not the Prince of Persia game that we wanted. Like for almost 3 years now, these guys have been talking about giving us the Sands of Time remake, and we haven't heard anything other than a bullshit screenshot. They haven't said anything about that game since they put that up there. And it's like,
Yeah.
I wasn't particularly happy, and nothing was, making me gravitate towards buying the Lost Crown to begin with.
Yeah, Sands of Time, they didn't make why? Why?
And it says how that they're using those people from the team there to work on Beyond Good and Evil 2, which I hope that's going to be good, because I enjoyed the Beyond Good and Evil games.
All right, well, I'll see that game in like 20 years.
Yeah, it says it's still in development.
We still have hope.
It's still in development hell, man. You know what I think? Man. What I think is gonna happen with all of these Ubisoft things going on, I think they're gonna end up selling these IPs to other companies.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil, that's a game from that's an old game.
Yeah, I know. Don't make me look up one. But yeah, how long have we been waiting for Beyond Good and Evil 2, though?
Yeah, it's still in development, as they said. Oh my God, man. But yep, Beyond Good and Evil is like it's like an old video game from years ago, man.
An upcoming video game. It's the prequel to Beyond Good and Evil 2003. It was originally announced at UB Days 2008.
My God, man. That's the PS2. That's the PS2 era. PS2 original Xbox.
Almost 17 years ago. And it's still in development.
Well, it's not as bad as Duke Nukem Forever, because Duke Nukem Forever took decades for them to release that.
And then it was trash.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Well, it was mid. No, it was mid, all right? Like, it was Duke, but, like, it was mid, but that...
By the time we got it, he was so played out, nobody really cares.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Oh man, so funny.
They announced Beyond Good and Evil back in Good and Evil 2 back in 2018, and it's still in 2008.
Development. Well, no, they announced it in 2008, and then it was silent for like almost 10 years, and then they announced it, and then it was silent for like 10 years.
Yeah, at E3 2018. So yeah, wow. Well. Yeah. Well,
it was Ubi Days 2008 was where they originally. Yep.
Well, when we come on here when I'm 50 years old in the next 10 years, we'll be talking about this game when they finally release it.
Jesus Christ.
Like, come on, man. So if they're doing that with that, they had said that they were going to give us the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake in 2026. I'm starting to doubt it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But yes, we made it.
Anyway,
We made it to the end of the notes. Now we get to the fun part, the Q&A.
yes. Actually,
Yes.
Vera just asked us something in chat.
Let
Vera
me
asked, what do we think about Bethesda?
let me pull this up here.
Might as well answer that question before we do each other's here.
But what do
About
you
Bethesda?
what do you both think about Bethesda? I really don't like them anymore. Bethesda is the Apple of video games. Like they just keep giving us the same shit over and over and over again. They've already
The same engine.
the same bullshit engine that gives us the same glitches and crap. And we talked about this on the last show that they got people talking about glitches and bugs that are in the next Elder Scrolls 6. The game isn't even out yet.
Yep. They need to remake their engine. They can't keep doing that. And it used to be quirky. It used to be quirky back in the day, with playing Oblivion and shit. Like, it used to be quirky, all the glitches, right? Because it was still it was still asking a lot for an open world the way Bethesda was giving us. Right? So it was like, okay, we could laugh at all the weird glitches, but now it's here we are, so many years later, and it's like, okay, it's not funny anymore, and you're not actually even giving us anything of substance.
Yeah, I
think that's how I feel.
I think Bethesda is pretty much like that prime example of people resting on their laurels. When they got to Skyrim, they rode that wave until there was no more water.
Oh, for so long.
They ported They ported that game to everything. It's even on the Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, dude, that was, what was that like? What, 2009, 2010?
Yep.
And it's like they haven't had a new engine since.
No.
There's no excuse for that, man. And people,
there's none.
And people keep wearing their damn nostalgia goggles, man. They're just like, oh, because Skyrim is so popular. I don't give a fuck. The game is buggy. They need to change with the time, or they're gonna get buried. And let me tell you this before we move on. Somebody's gonna absorb Bethesda. Somebody's gonna end up buying them, and they're gonna get all their IPs, and they're not gonna do nothing with it.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna get sat on.
Yeah, the same way that Ubisoft is probably gonna get bought out, Bethesda's probably gonna get bought out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's only but so much you can do. Like you said before, you can't explain away a shitty product.
No, you can't. Not like that, no.
So that's our thoughts on Bethesda. They suck.
Yeah.
And there's still time to change things, man. I think that they need to just take time. Don't worry about releasing Fallout 76 and porting that shit to everything. Work on a new engine. And then give us Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
So that's where I stand on that. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if you have questions to type in chat, we will answer them as we go along. But now it's time for the Q&A, and it's always ladies first.
All right. Here we go. So my first question actually. Let's do the video game questions first. So the one I was joking to you about. We'll start with this. What video game has, in your opinion, which one has the best looking food?
The best looking
food? Which video game? Yeah.
Well, that would be Resident Evil 2 remake, that cheeseburger that the trucker starts eating at the beginning.
See, you have taste. You have taste. Everyone else thinks that's a gross cheeseburger. There is a time and a place for that cheeseburger. And when you eat that cheeseburger in that exact time and place, there is nothing better. You know what I mean? You got that at the greasiest roadside mom and pop diner. Yes. Yeah. And the donuts in Resident Evil 3.
Oh
The
man.
donut shop looks good.
Let me tell y'all something.
Yeah.
When it comes to foods, like cheeseburgers are my absolute favorite. Like it
Oh, I
don't it,
love
it don't matter
burgers.
what restaurant I go to, I'm always ordering a burger, and that burger looks good, like
Yeah.
that greasy diner burger that looks like a heart attack on the
Oh,
bun.
yeah. Yep.
That
Oh,
type.
man.
It's not a real burger if you don't see the grease eating through the bag.
No, it's not. Exactly. Exactly. And yep, it has to be greasy as hell. And like three different kinds of grease too. It has to have like cheese grease, has to have like the burger patty grease, has to have the fat and oil is fried. Like,
Uh,
yes.
Now the
Yes.
only nasty part about that was like watching them eat it. Then that was kind of,
Yeah, oh
I
yeah.
was like,
Oh yeah,
it's like you ruined it,
yeah,
bro.
that man he needs to take smaller bites.
Yeah, doing absorbing it, man. Okay, but next
Yeah.
question.
Next question. Here's one. Okay, if you had to live in a video game world, but the main cast of characters, like all the characters, don't exist, and you don't have any special power, you don't change at all. It's just you exactly as you are right now. What world? What video game world? The main cast are not there. You would just exist in the world outside of the game itself, right?
And it could be any video game world. Damn, I gotta think.
Any video game world.
I
Yeah,
gotta.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, because if I think about it, I'm immediately going to go to what video game characters I think would be cool to hang out with. Right? But when you get rid of the video game characters and you don't get any changing,
That eliminates Resident
does
Evil
this
because I
that
like I like most of the characters there. That eliminates Silent Hill. Damn, I really got to think about that
yeah,
because
yeah,
even if
yeah,
even if it was a Dragon Ball game, like all of my favorite characters are in there.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
You know what?
That's why it gets.
You know what? I guess I would probably say. I mean, if we just get rid of the character, I guess you can say The Legend of Zelda. You could put me in
Yeah,
that.
that'd be nice.
You could put me in that world. I don't really care about Link or
Yeah,
Ze-
that's good.
or
Yeah,
Zelda.
that's a good world.
So I guess I'd probably live in that world. It wouldn't really affect me that much if all the cast disappeared
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like the main game storyline and all the plot isn't there. It's the world itself.
Yeah,
That would be pleasant.
just live out there, or you can probably do like the Monster Hunter series because I mean those characters
Yeah. Oh
don't,
yeah.
don't really hold
Very
any
nice.
water anyways. So
Yeah, exactly. That's
Um,
true too. That's true too.
and I'll throw one more your way: the Sonic the Hedgehog world.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be nice too. Yeah, you're going for what's pleasant and colorful and not trying to kill me every step, right?
Yep, just
Yeah.
living in the world of Sonic, eating chili dogs and carrying around Pepto Bismol. That's the
Yeah.
life. That's the life to live.
Exactly. Exactly, Pepto. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. My next question is actually a two-parter. Uh, and this one's about this last video game related one, kind of. So what fads in games do you miss? And what fads in games are you glad they're gone?
What fads do
Like
I
for
miss?
example, I didn't like when all the graphics were brown and bloom, that era. That's what I mean. So just an example.
What fads do I miss? Wow, I got to think about that one too. I could tell you which ones I don't miss. QuickTime events.
Yeah.
I was so happy
Yeah.
when they got rid of QuickTime events. I hate that. Like the God of War stuff
I got
started that.
rocked by one. Oh, God of War was so bad for it. Oh man, yeah. I mean, I even got screwed over by a QuickTime event in Alan Wake. Like yesterday.
And they've gotten sneaky. They gotten sneaky with that stuff. You'll be watching a cutscene and you're not expecting to push no buttons, man. Next thing you know,
Yep,
you're dead.
exactly.
Like, and they did that with the Tomb
Yep,
Raider when I was playing the Tomb Raider stuff. What fad do I?
exactly.
What fad do I miss? Wow, that's a good question. How do I miss? I guess you could say I miss the whole side scroller like genre where everybody had a side scroller beat 'em up. Like
Yeah, like a Metroidvania
yeah,
type. Yeah.
I
Yep.
miss like the Castlevania stuff and the Metroid and
Yep.
Double Dragon and
Yeah.
what's it called? Streets of Rage. I miss that era because everybody had one. Even aliens had one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It was just easy to do. It's very
The,
easy to do.
the day, where we had Alter Beast. Hell, even Michael Jackson had his own game, Moonwalker, when he was throwing magic at people.
Yep. Yep.
I miss that. I miss that stuff. So those are
Yeah.
my two answers there.
All right. Awesome. So, and then this is like, so like what motivates you? What motivates you? Like to work, to stream, to game? Like what motivates you in life?
Sense of urgency.
Sense of
Like,
urgency.
I pretty much
Yeah.
like that's something that my father taught me as a kid. Like his motto is when you really get tired of something, you're gonna work to change it as much as you possibly can. If you're tired at your job, you're gonna exhaust every option you can to make that change. And what motivates me as a man is to just be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the only person you're competing against, right?
And what motivates me to stream is, I mean, besides all of these guys here and you know, that's pretty much what it is. Like you guys pull me back
Yeah.
into this world. I enjoy entertaining you guys. And it's cool to know that people want to come and watch us and listen to us and stuff like that. That's a good feeling. You know, not to get too mushy,
Sure
but
is.
it warms the heart, you know.
Oh yeah, of course, Ken. We love having you. Like
I,
nothing better.
I definitely
Like you're
appreciate
great.
that.
It's a delight.
But it's like that's the ultimate answer is just to try to be a better man, a better person than I was the day before, and to always produce. That's what keeps me going. I'm the type of guy that can never be comfortable. If I know I can do
Yeah.
better, if I know I can have better and I can do better, then I'm going to be pushing forward. Because I think that's the worst
Yeah.
thing. That's the worst thing a person can be is comfortable.
Yeah. 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 You get comfortable with all the wrong things, right?
Definitely. So that's
Yeah.
what motivates me as a man, because it's just challenges. That's what builds character. If you never have any challenges and you never have any hardships, you're not going to grow as a person.
Nope, because outside of the comfort zone is the fear zone. You
Yep.
don't enter the fear zone, you're not going to get better. Sorry, I'm just going to clip onto that, but it's true. Like nothing's going to change if you don't change, and having to change is like difficult and scary, but it's the only way to make it better.
Yep.
I
Taking
am
chances.
going to just roll. Yeah, I'm just going to roll this into my final question. So like what advice do you have for other people?
In terms of like just life advice, or
Just like life advice. So, yep, just life advice. Yep, anything. What we were just talking about.
I guess the best advice I would have is, whatever you're going through, you always remember that this too shall pass. Like there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and that no matter what you're going through, you push through, and you come out on the other side, and you'll be better off for it. Just don't give up. Don't let the negativity mess with your mind, because negativity is a very powerful thing. And your mind is a very powerful thing. It can play tricks on you.
Oh, it does.
So whatever you're going through, whether it's a job that you hate, you're not getting paid enough money, or it's a career or somebody you got to deal with, Just keep pushing through. Don't give up. Keep your head up. Keep going, because it'll pass and you'll see sunny days again.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true, Ken.
That
I like
applies.
that outlook.
That applies to everything. That applies to every situation that you're going through almost. So yes,
I like that.
that
I
is,
like that answer.
those are
Thank
my,
you.
and my outlook at life comes from how my father shaped us, because my dad is my number one cheerleader.
Yeah.
That's the
So is my
one.
mother.
That's the one person that I go to when I'm down. The one person that could pull me out of that rut is always my dad. One of the things that he always told us, I'm gonna tack on to that. I hope I don't go too long and bore you guys.
You're
But
fine. You're fine.
my father hates the word can't. Like, he gets extremely angry. Don't say you can't do something around him, because he's gonna push you. He's gonna motivate you. Can't is not a word. And
Mindset.
all of the times in my life, like, I think, honestly, I said this and I'll never forget it. Story time with Ken. I think it was before the homecoming dance. I think it was one of the dances that we were supposed to go to, and I couldn't get a date. And I said something, and I don't remember what happened after that. Like I said, I said, Dad, I said, I think I'm ugly. And he hauled off, and he knocked me into the middle of the next room. Everything went black after that, because I don't remember. But he's like, I didn't make no ugly children. I don't want you to ever put yourself down like that.
That was my exact thought. If we ever put us down, my mother would go, I don't make shit. She's like, your mother doesn't make shit. You know, she don't make shit children. Yeah, I know exactly. I had that exact same thought, right? Like, if you ever knock yourself down, like, yeah, my mother's the same way. She's like, you're talking to the person who made you and raised you. You got a problem with that?
Exactly.
Like,
That stuff is powerful. Like, those are the things that you think about as an adult, because he's got me through a lot of bad times in my life.
Oh yeah, the amount of times, like the amount of times as an adult when you're like, okay, like I'd be like, what would my mother do, right?
Yep.
And you'd probably be like, what would my father do?
And my dad would be like, son, like, if you're down, like, if you had, like, when I had my first heartbreak, he was like, all right, son. He's like, you cry, you take the first day, take the first day, you cry, but then you get up the next day and you move on. He's like, you don't never let nobody have that kind of power over you, that they're gonna bring you down. Yeah, I had a motivator, and I still do.
Yeah, I can tell. I can absolutely tell. It's amazing.
Yes, but I hope y'all liked all my answers.
I did.
Now it's my turn, and I tried to think of questions that that it wouldn't be very similar, like just different things.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: what is a time in your life where you realize how strong you are as a person?
Oh man, I have fucking tons of those. But honestly, like, if I have to give like a general answer, I love chaos, as in, like, not like Discord type of chaos, but the amount of times that I have just jumped into a situation, and to a sink or swim situation, because I don't live in a comfort zone. I don't have a comfort zone at this point. And I don't really have much of a fear zone anymore, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know, I just always just dive right into it, right? So that gives me pretty much every moment when you dive into some complete unknown, like I would say like the time that I just like decided I was going to go live in New York, you know? And it's like when you go off on your own, and I've always kind of been on my own since I was a teenager, like you constantly have to be looking out for yourself. Like you have to also be the person who is looking after you, right? So I would think all those times, like all those times I have just like jumped into something or gotten into a situation, like I've had to save my own ass. And let me tell you, the amount of times I have sat there and been like, all right, Kels, like, you gotta stand on your own 2 feet here. Like, you need to fucking do this. Like, I know you're scared and I know you don't want to do this, but, like, yeah, it's multiple times, but usually it's I've been thrown into some unknown and it's just been like, well, you gotta get through it now. Because I'm the same way, right? Like, I don't let things get me down. Like, I'm like Teflon, okay? Nothing sticks to me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like that's what it would be. Yeah, my constant want for the unknown. Scary at first, but like everything else, it helps you build strength, right? So now I can navigate through the unknown very easily.
Oh, fear is
Here's your answer.
fear is a very powerful thing as well too. And when you learn how to control it, nothing can stop you. Unless it's going scuba diving.
Exactly.
There ain't nothing I can do about that. I ain't going down there.
Well, primal fear. Yeah, primal fear, you gotta wrestle. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
What advice do you have for people who are suffering with mental disorders?
Oh man, keep yourself in fucking check. Keep yourself in absolute check is my number one thing, all right? Because since I have bipolar disorder, I will tell you, bipolar disorder, easiest mental illness to easiest mental illness to manage. It can have absolutely no impact on your life. You won't have episodes, you won't have anything. But here's the thing, you have to micromanage every single part of your life and ensure that you keep yourself clean, you keep yourself going, you keep your house clean, you feed yourself. You have to constantly, you can't slip up on wellness. You cannot slip up on wellness because you won't know when your life is spiraling. If your entire area, the biggest one for me is I have to clean every single day. I have to clean every single day, right? I have to clean, I have to stay organized every single day. And not only is that because it helps my mind, but also if I'm starting to get sick, I can look around and see piles of things and I can see that my mind, right? And so the problem is with mental illness, you trap yourself in a psychological prison just like that. You can trap yourself in a psychological prison in so many ways. And the number one way you trap yourself is in your home. If your home's dirty, disorganized, anything like that, like you don't want to, if your home is messy and unorganized and dirty, then you have no reason yourself to not be messy and disorganized and everything, right? So the biggest advice I have really is micromanage your living space because it makes things so much easier. Makes things so much easier. And the thing is do not suffer from ambition, which is a term I use. Don't suffer from ambition, okay? You're like in the depths of a depressive episode, like the most you can ask for is just like take everything in a pile, throw it in a pile, turn on the shower, sit in the shower and brush your teeth and wash your hair and get out. There you go. You have to keep yourself in check. That's the biggest thing. You always have to keep yourself in check and everything else will feel better, right? But that's the biggest thing. Do the fucking work on the outside and you'll feel better.
So organization is the key.
Yep. Organization. Yep. Organization, and make sure you get outside too. At least for me, like, because I'm like work from home and I stream and I just I have to go for walks multiple times a week or it just suffers. So yeah, just like take care of your surroundings first. It'll make you want to take care of yourself.
I can dig it. I
There you
like
go.
the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. What advice do you have for up and coming streamers?
Oh man. Biggest one actually is no one thinks about you as much as you think about you. All right. Like no one does. Like people aren't noticing like stage fright. The only way to get past stage fright, I know a lot of people get like scared of, like it's stage fright, right? That's like the biggest thing. Yeah, the spotlight effect. Exactly. Like no one thinks about you as much as you think about you. People aren't perceiving things. And the other thing is don't overthink streams, okay? I stream 5 times a week. Can I explain to you what went wrong like this entire week? Can I tell you what I screwed up in my stream? Can I tell you how many technical difficulties no. Like I actually like I can maybe think of a couple, but like beyond like the past 3 days, I can't remember. No one else remembers. People don't care if you screw up. Like people are just there for you. Like, people are just there for you. And it's just, you get comfortable with time. When I can remember when I first started streaming, I remember looking at VOD of myself and being like, oh my God, I look like that. And now I'm looking at my OBS right now. I'm looking at myself and I can like I can make 50 different crazy faces and it doesn't bother me anymore. Like it gets easier over time. Right? Like just do it. It gets easier over time. And yeah, people don't notice as much as you think. People don't notice that you're anxious. People don't notice that you're stage fright because you know what? For the first year of streaming, people did not notice that I was missing half an eyebrow. So like if I could stream for a year, I had a waxident. A waxident, no one knew. There's my confession. I just drew it in, but like every time I was streaming, I was like, oh my God, someone's gonna be like, you're missing an eyebrow.
Yeah.
Nope,
I mean,
not going back.
I'm gonna tack onto that just a little bit. You can be your own worst enemy. Like I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my streams. If my audio messes up, I'm pissed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I'll cut a stream off and do it over again. Sometimes like if it's that bad, I had to learn how to just let it ride, just go,
Yep.
And I want y'all to know something.
Yep.
Don't think, because every streamer falls into this. Don't think that you have to have the most expensive equipment out there to have a good stream. People don't care about that. You can have a good mic that sounds good, but your podcast is boring or your stream is boring. They come to see your personality, to see your vibe as a gamer or whatever it is that you do. So don't go out there and buy a $5,000 microphone and buy all this equipment that you don't know how to use yet, and think, oh, this is gonna make my stream better. You can have a console and a game controller and a headset, and people come watch you if you're entertaining.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
So I just thought I would throw that on there. All right, we got 3.
Yeah, it's true.
We got 3 more left.
3 more.
I got a complex question for you here. If you can change anything, about this world, what would it be?
I wish that hurting people hurt you back.
You mean like the double dragon
That's what
effect?
I would want. Yeah, like I wish that like every hurt that you caused a person would hurt you back.
Karma.
Yeah, but like it would physically hurt you back. Like you would feel it back. It's like, when you punch someone, like, okay, we're not punching people. None of us have probably punched someone. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not revealing my background here as a backyard brawler, but like it's like someone punches someone in the face and they break their hand, right? So like I wish it was like that. Where like every time you hurt someone, and that's like even like emotionally and mentally, I wish it would hurt you back. That's the one thing I would change. That's not that complex. I wish there was a punishment for being mean so that we would be forced to be nice. That's what I would change about.
Got
I
you.
wish, yeah. I wish being mean was physically painful. That's just the basis of humanity. I know you were probably thinking of something like, actionable in this world, but no, if I could change one thing, I would want mean to be hurtful.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Give me just 1 second. Let me shout out my daughter. Hey, Lori. Hope everything is good. You over there playing Fortnite and everything.
All right.
But yes, I like that answer. All right. Question number 5. We got 2 left. I know you said 5. But
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We got like 5 minutes left.
What is your fondest video game memory?
Honestly, like growing up, watching my father play games, and then like he would give me a chance to play games, and then like as I got older, like my sister and I would take turns playing games. That's it. Taking turns playing games with like my sister or like my father when I was really young, letting me like play one of his games. Those are my fondest memories. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, and especially my sister, right? Like my middle sister, I'm the youngest. Her and I would just like we'd like watch each other playing on console or playing on the computer and stuff. But yeah, that's my fondest memory. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you already know mine. I told y'all my fondest video game memory is when my father bought me my first Nintendo.
Yeah.
The Cliff Note version of that is my cousins would always get consoles before we did. They would never let me play because I was too young. I would come home crying. And my father's like, I'm going to give my baby a console.
Yeah.
Because I'm his youngest. I'm my mother's middle child, but I'm his youngest.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I got that, my first Nintendo in 1992.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and this is the last question. This is like a lightning round thing.
Final question.
Yeah, this is like a lightning round. All right, Kelsey, what is your favorite food?
Favorite food? Pork ribs.
Oh, that's delicious. Favorite color?
Yeah. Purple.
Favorite book?
Favorite book? Oh, man. Letters to Melina by Franz Kafka. Well, it's actually a collection, but anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Next.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. All right.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie.
And I kind of already know the answer to this, but favorite game?
Favorite game? That's actually so difficult. I know Silent Hill 3 or Dead Space, depending on what day it is and who's asking. That it depends. It flip-flops, all right? They'll always both be fighting for number 1 in my heart, but
Got you. Well, do you want me to answer this question myself and then that's it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, and that'll be good.
All right, Mr.
I gotta get on dinner.
All right, Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy.
What is your favorite food? Cheeseburgers. What is my favorite color? Blue. My favorite book is The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, the book of Taoism and Taoism.
Yeah, and Taoism, everything's connected by lines, yes.
My favorite movie is Rambo First Blood Part 2. I love that movie.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, my God.
I know. I knew that.
Woo. And my favorite game, of course. My favorite game, a lot of people think I would say Resident Evil 2. That is one of my favorites, but it's not my favorite. Super Metroid is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah. It is it?
From 1994.
Awesome.
I love that game to death. I love it. But there you go. There is the lightning round.
We are.
I hope you guys enjoyed this question thing. We're going to have to bring this back one day. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Ken.
Just a quick thing. I'm not streaming today because I'm tired. That's one.
That's okay.
There won't be a stream next Sunday because I picked up extra hours at work. So
Okay.
there won't be a stream that Sunday for people who come looking for me. Thank you
All right.
to everyone that showed up for episode 16. We'll be back in 2 weeks for episode 17 of the Hot Takes podcast.
Thank you, guys.
I will have everything pushed out into the feed in a little bit. Thank you to everyone that showed up. Kelsey, it is always a pleasure.
Thank you, Ken. It's always excellent.
Yes, you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
I love every single one of y'all, and y'all take care.
Take care. Bye, guys.